distance. No one knew what to say. Then one of the older boys said, "Atom bomb." The family made a mad dash for any available cover. They went into closets, under beds, and behind the sofa. They waited with their eyes closed. Slowly, they stuck their heads out and looked at each other. A jet fighter had crashed and exploded on the reservation. The pilot had ejected and was safe. It was a while before the family told anyone the story. Families no longer entertain each other or pray together. They rarely eat at the same time. Family discussions are now arguments, and the light outside our houses is the glow of the casino. My grandmother told me several stories about people who died and then came back. I can only remember two of them because I found them most interesting. I can remember my grandma sitting on her rocking chair smoking. She would smoke and tell me stories as she rocked back and forth. She would tell me stories from long ago and from more recent times. One was about a man who people thought was dead. He woke up after a few hours and told this story. He found himself traveling down a road and came to a great gathering of tribes. At that time, they were called fiestas. He saw many people there. Some he knew and some he didn't know. He tried to talk to them, but no one would answer him. It was as though he was not there. Frustrated, he walked to the edge of the gathering where the animals were kept. A pig looked at him and said, going back. So he traveled back down the road and woke up and told the people what happened. My grandmother stopped smoking for a few moments, looked skyward, and told me another story. This one was from more contemporary times. Again, she said a man had died and the people began to prepare him for burial. They went so far as to dress him up and place him in a coffin. The people began to cry and mourn for his loss, and he suddenly woke up. He then told his story. He said that he had died and was floating over a great lake of fire. He looked down and saw people he knew and people he didn't know. The bad thing was that flames would come up and lick his feet, and it hurt. People are not buried with shoes. He told the people that when he died again to please bury him with shoes on, so his feet would not be hurt. My grandmother stopped to light up another cigarette with a friction match. I was so curious that I asked her, when he died again, did they put shoes on? She stopped her match in midair and looked at me quizzically like old people do when they think you should know something. She said, no one ever comes back twice.